Hello.
Hello, I can hear you.
Nice to see you again. How are you today?
Today I am very nice.
Okay, and what did you do today? Can you please tell me what did you do today?
Today I wake up and go to and have breakfast and went to school and I uh, I went go back to home and have lunch with my family and go sleep. Sleep. I woke up and start study with you and in the afternoon I will eat seafood with my big family and and play with my rich family.
Okay, and what will you do on the weekend? Okay, so tomorrow and on Sunday, what will you do on the weekend?
In the weekend I often go to eat with my where it uh where I wake up down early and go to eat out with my family.
Because why?
Because in the in the weekend I have a lot of free time, so I can get up down early and go to eat out with my family.
Okay, can you put your camera that I can see you? I cannot see you. I only can see you like this. Can you put your camera that I can see you? Okay, and you more down, more down. Okay, I only can see like this, more down, like this. Okay. Okay, now let's see. And on Sunday, what will you do on Sunday?
On Sunday, I go. I usually get up down early. Have breakfast in the restaurant and go to coffee with my family and all my friends and play sport with my friends.
Okay, can you please turn off your fan? It's noisy a little bit. Can you turn off your fan, please?
Okay. Okay.
Okay, so we will start. Okay, now I want to ask you about the weather in your country. How is the weather right now in your country? Can you please tell me how is the weather right now in your country?
In my country, I usually do gardening and play with my pets.
Mhm. Okay, no, what is the weather like? What is the weather like in your country?
Uh,
Weather. What is the weather like in your country?
my country is very cool.
Okay, and what do you like to do when it's cool weather? What is something that you like to do when it's cool weather? What can you do on when there is a cool weather?
Uh, in cool weather, I can see snow and I can make snowman with my sister, and I can eat. I can make ice cream in outside.
I can eat ice cream outside. I can say I can eat ice cream
Ice
ice
cream
cream
out.
outside. And what weather? Can you please tell me what weather you don't like it? What is the weather that you don't like it?
I don't like it. I don't like to do.
What weather you don't like it? What is
I
the weather that you don't like it?
I don't like hot
Because
because house is not comfortable, and hot weather is not good for our skin because it have sunlight.
Hmm. Because of the sunlight. Okay, because, can you say because of the sunlight?
because of the
Because,
because of the sunlight.
okay, because of the sunlight. Okay, so this is the type of the weather that you don't like it. Okay, now, and can you please tell me, okay, uh, what activities you like to do on this type of the weather? What are some activities that you usually like to do on this type of the weather? What activities you can do?
I can uh I can play sports and it's a lot. I can play sports, uh, watching film with my sister, and play play musical uh,
Okay.
musical instrument in this weather.
Mhm. Okay, I can play okay musical instruments. Okay, what musical instruments you can play? What are some musical instruments that you can play?
Uh, I can piano is a musical instrument I can play.
Mhm. Okay, and what do you think? Okay, what is your opinion about piano? How often do you like to play piano?
I like playing piano in the every weekend
Every weekend, because
because in the weekend I can have a lot of free time and I can play piano comfortable.
okay, it's comfortable. Can you say it's comfortable to play piano? Can you say it's comfortable
It's
to
comfortable to
to play
play piano in
piano
the week
on the weekend? On the weekend?
on the weekend.
Okay, very nice. Now we will start. We have here about okay lesson. Okay, can you please tell me we have here a lesson about the weather. Okay, now let's take a look. Okay, so just one moment. Okay, uh, okay, okay. Now can you please read read this read this text?
The weather's around the
Lock locks change
South
locks
change
change quickly.
quickly. One minute is sunny, the next is cloudy. The next there's a bit of rain, or then is sunny again. It can be a windy place too. Clouds move quickly throughout the sky, and on sunny days, the clouds make shadows on the water. This
Mhm.
is easy to think you see something in the weather. When it's foggy, the fog sits on the lock, uh, and as possible to think you see things then too.
Okay, so we have here we have here some stories. What stories? Can you please tell me what stories do you like to listen? What stories, for example, are your favorite to listen about? Can you please tell me? Do you like to listen some stories?
I like listen some story.
Okay, what stories do you like to listen about? What are some stories that you usually like to listen about?
Uh, I like to listen uh, uh, Doraemon story.
Okay, Doraemon. Why Doraemon? Why did you choose Doraemon?
Because Doraemon uh is uh wonderful, interesting cartoon, and I can see them everywhere.
Okay, very nice. You can see some games. Okay, and what games for example, do you like to play? What are your favorite games to play? What are some games that you usually like to play? Can you please tell me? What are some games that you like to play?
I like to play uh I like to play football
Mhm,
football football games in the uh phone in my
mhm.
phone.
Okay, on my phone. Okay, and why do you like to play these games? Why? What is the reason for you that you like to play this type of the games?
Because this game is very interesting and wonderful to play, and I can play this game with my sister or my friends.
Or your friends. Okay, and how often, can you please tell me, how often do you usually like to play these games? When you play, can you please tell me how often do you usually like to play these games? When you play, how often do you usually like to play these games?
I play this game. I play this game to
Mhm.
one time one time a day.
Once a day. Why once a day? Why do you like to play these games once a day? Okay, can you please tell me why, for example, do you like to play these games once a day? Why? What is the reason for you to play these games once a day?
Because like this game is very fun, and I can and have me relax after school, and I can play them this game with my friends.
Okay, I like to play with my, can you say, I like to play with my friends. Okay, and where do you usually like to play this game? Okay, when you play, can you please tell me where do you like to play this game? Where, for example, do you like to play this type of the game? Where? Hello, is that Young?
No,
Is that Young?
no.
No. Where can you play these games? Okay, so where, for example, do you like to play these games? Do you like to play in the park? Okay, so where, for example, do you like to play these games?
I can play this game in the my on my home or when I go to travel.
Okay, now let's see. Okay, so we have here the other part. Okay, this part of the text. Okay, can you please read this part of the text?
The story of the Loch Ness monster on uh,
Nessie,
Sea started about 1,500
500.
years ago. Then people cast it against water animal. In the 190, no, 1,900 30, a new rock beside the locks of brought more people to the area, and more people started to see more strange things. Effect over 1,000 people think they saw a strange animal in the logs.
Mhm.
There are several photos of some of the strange animals. Call any of them
Could
could any
of
of
them,
them be Nessie?
okay, could any of them be Nessie? Okay, so some of them, okay, can be nasty. Do you believe in monsters? Can you please tell me, do you believe in monsters?
I believe in monster.
Okay, why do you believe in monsters? Why? Can you please tell me, why do you believe in monsters? Why?
Because monsters is very good for people, and I can share my food for monkey like bananas and cake.
Mm-hmm. Okay, okay, very nice. Okay, now let's see. Okay, and what animals are scary for you?
Uh, uh,
What
rabbit,
animals? What animals? Okay, what animals are scary for you? What are some scary animals for you?
crocodile, shark, black, uh, and and uh, and dragon is very scary for me.
Okay, why do you think so? Why these animals are scary for you? Why, for example, do you think these animals are scary for you?
Because they this they are because this animal is very strong and done good for people.
Okay, not good for okay anyone. Okay, very nice. Now let's see. Okay, and what other stories can be scary for you? What are some other stories that can be scary for you? Okay, so what other stories are scary for you?
It's ghost scary
Okay, why? Why do you think so? Why this is something that can be scary for you? What is the reason that is this can be scary for you? Can you please tell me what is the reason that these stories are scary for you?
because this story is half a ghost and this story half a film is horror film.
Mm, horror film. Okay, and what other? Can you please tell me okay, what other things? What other things can be really scary for you? Okay, can you please tell me what are some other things or stories that are scary for you?
Uh, in this story, we can see a ghost. Uh, a ghost is is people and and shock film about shock is people and shock is very hungry and very strong, so I very scary.
Mhm. It is really scary. Okay, very nice. And how, okay, and can you please tell me, okay, so this is something that is scary. What is something that is not scary for you? Okay, can you please tell me? Okay, now what is something that is not scary? Can you please tell me?
Uh,
Okay,
cartoon and comedy is not scary for me
okay, because why? Because
because cartoon and uh, comedy is make me laugh.
Okay, so this is something that is okay, really okay, nice to see it. Okay, now can you please tell me how often? Can you please tell me how often? Uh, okay, how often do you usually like to see? Okay, this type of the movies. Okay, so we have here certain type of the movies. Can you please tell me how often do you usually like to see this type of how often? Can you please tell me? Okay, how often do you like to read books? Okay, can you please?
I like to read book every day, and I will like read book with my sister.
Okay, why with your sister? Okay, why? Why this is something that you like to see with your sister? Can you please tell me? Why? Because?
Because, because like I read book with my sister is very wonderful and very interesting. So I will like read book with my sister.
Okay, very nice. And what your sister, what is something that she likes to read? Is there anything? Is there anything that your sister usually like to read?
Uh,
What type of the book your sister usually likes to read? What is something that she usually likes to read? What type of the book she likes to read?
my sister like to read English book or science book.
Because why? Why she likes to read this type of the books? Why?
Uh, because in this book is very uh, because in this book she can uh, she can see lots of robots, uh, sky chance, as uh,
Mm-hmm.
uh, driverless in the future, and she want to drive in a sky chance teleport, and she like to read romantic book.
Romantic books. Okay, and how about you? Can you please tell me what type? Okay, you mentioned romantic books. What type of the romantic books? Okay, what type of the romantic books do you like? Okay, what type of the romantic books do you like?
My romantic book like is Juliet and Julio,
Okay, because why? Because
because the film about two people love in Titanic ship,
mm-hmm. Okay, now let's see. Okay, now and why? Why is that?
because because in Titanic is a popular ship, and many people in Titanic is not live, and
Mm-hmm.
uh, this romantic film is very popular in the world.
Mm-hmm. Okay, in the world. Okay, it's very popular. Okay, so this type of the books are very popular around. Can you say around the
the
world?
around the
Around
world
the world. Okay, and why these books are popular around the world? Why? Can you please tell me why why these books are popular? Why?
because this book is have a uh, uh this book is very uh good and interesting, wonderful to read, and it's very cheap to buy. And this book have a film, and a film is a lot of view, and
Mm-hmm.
have a lot of good review.
It has a good review. Okay, very nice. And what do you think? I want to ask you. Okay, what type of the books? What is the type of the books that you don't like to read? Okay, so what are some type of the books, for example, that you you don't like to read? Are there any books that you don't like to read?
I don't like to read.
Mm-hmm.
C- I don't like to read comic book.
Okay, and why you don't like to read why you don't like to read comic books? Why you don't like to read comic books? Why you don't like it?
Uh, uh, because um, comic book is no, I don't like to read horror book.
Can you say I don't like to read. Can you say I don't
I
like
I
to
don't read horror book
okay, horror books. Okay, and now why you don't like to read horror books? Why you don't like to read horror books? Okay, why? What is the reason that you don't like to read horror books? Why?
because horror book is very scary to read and it's very long and so I don't like horror book.
Okay, did you okay, now did you read did you read, for example, I want to ask you, did you read what other type of the books, okay, did you like to read so far? What is the other type of the books that you read so far?
Uh, I usually read Doraemon book in my sofa.
Okay, Doraemon. Okay, what is happening in Doraemon books when you read? Okay, so what is something that happens in Doraemon books? What is
Uh,
something that you read that is happening, okay, with Doraemon books? Okay, can you please tell me what is
uh,
something that
I
Mhm.
think uh, I think Doraemon book is uh, uh I think many people should read Doraemon book because this book is about Doraemon daily life with his friend Nobita uh, and if Nobita have nothing not good thing in his in Nobita life, Doraemon will really uh, will have and Doraemon have a magic.
Mhm.
So
Ah,
this film is very good to and very interesting to read
mhm.
to view and read.
Mm-hmm. Okay, it is about Doraemon. Okay, so and why did you choose Doraemon? Okay, so why, for example, what is interesting to read about Doraemon when you are reading about Doraemon? So what is something that is interesting to read about Doraemon? Okay, can you please tell me what can be really interesting about Doraemon? Okay, can you please tell me? What is interesting about when you read about Doraemon? Okay, so what is interesting about Doraemon? Can you please tell me? Okay, so why Doraemon is so interesting for you to read about?
Because Doraemon is very very good in about in talk about in daily life and we can study study Doraemon because Doraemon is very friendly, smart, and it's very good. So we need study just like Doraemon.
Okay, okay, very nice. Okay, so this is something okay about Doraemon. Okay, now, and can you please tell me, okay, what do you think about some other books? What other books do you usually like to read?
I like to read romantic book. No, I don't. I like to read uh comic book, comedy book,
Mhm.
and cartoon book.
Okay, cartoon books. Okay, very nice. And why cartoon books? Why? Can you please tell me why cartoon books? Okay, okay. Why why do you like to read cartoon books? Why? What is the reason for you to read a cartoon books?
Uh, I like to read cartoon books because cartoon book is very. I have a lot of lesson in cartoon books, and we should study this lesson and do this in life.
Mhm. In life. Okay, very nice. And which cartoon book? And which cartoon book is your favorite? Which cartoon book do you like? Can you please tell me which cartoon book do you like best? Okay, so what is something that you like? What type of the cartoon book do you like best? Can you please tell me what is the cartoon book that you usually that is your favorite? What type of the cartoon books do you like best?
My best book is two book is Conan book and Doraemon book.
Okay, why do you like this type of the books? Why, for example, do you usually like to read this type of the books? What is the reason for you to read this type of the books?
because Conan is uh Conan book is very good and very interesting to read. Conan book. Conan book is about Conan is a main character. Conan is a police and often uh, often is a good police and his daily life. And Doraemon book is about his daily life daily life with his friend Doraemon, Nobita, and Doraemon have mm, music, music, and Doraemon uh, and Nobita have six friends. Four friends is Shizuka, Cheyenne, Sinio, and
Mm-hmm,
the key. It's
mm-hmm,
a good book and lost children and Kai where is so so uh so to read this book
mm-hmm.
should read should read this book.
Okay, so this is something that you would like to read. Okay, now let's see. And okay, and can you please tell me? Okay, yes, this is something that is really important. Okay, and what can you please tell me what other things okay can be really important for you? What other things that you're learning that can be really important for yourself? Okay, when you read, so what other things are really important for yourself that you want to learn about? Okay, when you're learning, okay, can you please tell me what other things do you usually like to learn? Okay, so what are some things that you usually like to learn?
I like to learn about I like to learn uh, about I like to learn friendly friendly and smart and in
Mm-hmm.
very good for his friend like Doraemon and I very like to learn Conan about his uh his uh his work and his eyes and his shoe is very beautiful and
Mm-hmm.
Conan is very smart and Conan is very beautiful for many children.
Okay, so this is something that can be beautiful for many children. Okay, and why is that? Why is this beautiful for many children? Why, for example, this is something that is beautiful for many children? What is the reason for you, okay, that some people like to learn about this? Okay, can you please tell me why?
Because read the book is have a lot of good lesson and many children like to learn this lesson is about friendly, smart, good for people, and uh, beautiful, and read the book is have me it have people uh, now about Doraemon and Conan is very good and friendly people, and you can learn with them.
Mhm. You can learn with them. Okay. Now, and what is okay? What other things would you like to learn about? What is the other things that you want to learn about? Can you please tell me? Yeah, are there any other things that you would like to learn about? Okay, in the future, what other things, for example, you would like to learn about?
I like to learn about I like to learn a lot of tips to use use Skychain, teleporter, uh, driverless, uh, Pampu coaster, and I like to use Hyperloop.
Mm-hmm. Okay, very nice. And why, for example, people usually like to learn these things? Okay, so what is the reason for some people to learn these things? Okay, so why some people like to learn this type of the things? Can you please tell me why?
Because people like to have a lot of tips to use, and this uh this vehicle, because this vehicle have me down meet uh traffic jam and very fast to go, and this they are like to robots, and people like it's very like robot.
Okay, very nice. And what do you think about robots? What is your opinion about robots?
Robots is just like people, uh because this have robots have eyes, have have eyes, mouth, nose, legs, and arm with people, and have a lot of type of robots, like robots now, badminton robots, soccer robots, uh, rocket robots, uh, a lot of type of robots have people do work, play with robots, and people use robots um, a lot of time, and like in NASA.
Mm-hmm. Okay, in NASA. Okay, so they want to. Okay, and what do you think about some other aspects? Okay, so about other things. Okay, so what are some other things that you would like to learn about? What is something else that you would like to, okay, you would like to learn about?
I like to learn about anything about NASA, and I like to uh, I like to drive fly in a plane, and fly in rocket in
Okay.
NASA.
Okay, and why is that so? Why is that so important? Why, for example, okay, now is this so important? Okay, can you please tell me why, for example, this is something that can be really important? Okay, can you please tell me? Would you like, for example, someday, would you like would you like okay, would you like, for example, someday to show someone, okay, would you like, what would you like to do? Okay, so what is something in the future, what is something in the future that you would like to do? What is, okay, what is
I
something? Yes.
in the future, I would like to travel in the mark, in the sun, in in our out the earth.
Okay, and why do you want to do something like this? What is the reason for you to do something like this? Why do you want to show something like this? What is the reason?
Uh, I can go out the earth, and I can see lots of lots of uh, like lots of like sun, mark, mark, and I can do a lot of thing in this place, and I can learn a lot of lesson about this place. Like the mark, I can learn about this
Mm,
sand, and this weather is in the mark is very hot, and must have orange colors. It's very beautiful for me, and in the sun, I like to see a sun in our in the outer earth is very big, and very hot,
mm,
next to the sun, and sun have yellow and orange uh, yellow color is very light. It's very
mm,
light.
Okay, so okay, so this is something that can show us, okay, a pretty much a good things about everything. Okay, very nice. And what do you think? What do you think about jobs that you don't want to do? What are some jobs that you don't want to do? Can you please tell me what are some jobs, okay, that you don't want to do?
uh, I I don't want to do uh uh
Okay, so what job is really hard for you? If you're doing what is the job that is really hard for you to do it? Okay, so what type of the job is really hard for you to do it?
science is very hard for me, because do science I I uh I choose now a lot of medical, and it's very hard to do this job, but this job is very have a lot of people like to do this job, because it's have a lot of money to do this job, and we is very handsome, we is a handsome boy to do this job.
Mhm. Okay, very nice. And okay, and what is the job that your mom and dad? What is their job? What do they do? Your mom and dad, what do they do?
My mom is a teacher, and my dad is a boss.
Okay, and what is their job? What other jobs? What other jobs? Okay, your parents. Uh, what's young? What she wants to do in the future? What is something that she wants to do in the future? Okay, John.
Don't like to do a doctor in the future.
Okay, doctor. Okay, why she wants to be a doctor? Do you know why she wants to be a doctor?
And she want talk and she want do a teacher in VIP English
Because
because uh, she like she like my she is my teacher.
okay, she wants to be your teacher. Okay, very nice. Okay, now we finished our class. That was really nice and really good. Now I have to go, and I definitely want to see you next time. Okay?
Okay.
谢谢，拜拜。
Bye bye.